Welcome, champions from afar, to the Festival of Radon. Sorry. In today's video at the Comfee Mug channel, we are going over a variation of the Arcane-inspired metal armor shader that we've made previously. And I took out the glossiness. This new material is a lot more like a stone shader in the Arcane style, and it pulls from a lot of techniques I've gone over in previous tutorials, so I'll have all of those linked in the description for you guys to catch up on if you need to. Basically, the idea behind this is that we have the Voronoi texture that is has the position connected to the normal of the diffuse. It's actually connected to two diffuse normals, and this one is just the light interactivity, colored light interactivity, because I've subverted that by plugging it into this diffuse into a color ramp for just the basic colors of this. So it actually gives it a little bit more depth to have both diffuses having the normal plugged into the position of the Voronoi, which I actually found really interesting. I hadn't tried that before, but I also have a little bit of a mixing between several different vector inputs for the Voronoi itself. So this first one mixes between the normal and object mode, and I have that at a factor of 0.6, leaning towards the object mode. And then that is plugged into a normal mix that basically just has a regular noise texture plugged into it. And that just breaks up the texture even more. Gotta wait for this to load. There's a lot of actually compositing stuff that goes into this as well. And I was actually thinking that maybe in the next or future stream, because I've finally finished the all of the ins and outs for the Arcane skin texture, and a lot of that actually didn't have to do with the shader itself. It had a lot to do with the compositing as well. And so I finally finished all of that, and I was thinking that maybe in either the next stream or the stream after that, I could basically just do a rundown of how to make that Arcane skin texture with all of the compositing. If you guys think that sounds interesting, that will be coming soon, and possibly sooner, depending on how much you guys want it. So let me know in the comments below. Would love to get your thoughts there. I have a lot of actually unused color ramps here, so I can get rid of these. There we go. We can reorganize this here. Another thing that really makes this stone texture look hand painted are these brush textures, these little swirls that you see, and in some places we have a brush texture that's going in one direction and then another one that's going in a separate direction, and that's using a technique that I've told you guys about before. It's just the noise texture with the factor plugged into the vector of another noise texture, but I actually have two of them with different parameters, and they are being mixed between with a Voronoi texture, and that's plugged into the factor of a mix here. It's got some constraints with the color ramp clamps, and all of that feeds into the smoothness of the Voronoi that's controlling the normals, as well as a little bit of the coloring, I should say. You guys can see that if I decrease the overlay, then we're just getting the way that the diffuse is interacting with light just based on normals. But if I increase it, we're getting more of that color and value data going on as well. So pretty cool stuff. And then all of that just is plugged in to the basic shading system that I would do. It's got the color mix, and then obviously that overlay that we just talked about. This overlay I'm not actually using at all. I may end up using it, but it's literally just plugged into a gradient to give a little bit more of a hand-painted feel. And then all of that is connected to another overlay that just has the edge highlight geometry node setup. That's being broken up by one of the noise textures that we have. And then all of that is just fed into another multiply with the diffuse BSDF, allowing for light, saturation, interactivity. And yeah, that's the basic gist of all of it. It'll look different in your viewport without any compositing. So I'll disable the compositing. It'll just look a little bit sharper, but with the compositing on always, it gives it a slightly more hand-painted look, and that's just with the Kuwahara filter. But I have separated the compositing nodes for the armor from the compositing nodes for the skin shader itself, as well as from the world compositing too. And that'll all be gone over in a lot more depth in the tutorial that I have planned, since you guys have been asking for it. I have so many more ideas that I have locked away in the depths of my brain that will come out eventually, but not yet. And actually, a lot of those ideas and content are already available for you to watch by becoming an Elder Mug member over on Patreon. Giving my Elder Mug members full access to all of my VODs about a month before they release as their highlight videos is just one of the ways I can say thank you to all of those who give so much to support this channel. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who supports me over on Patreon. You guys are awesome. I have several longer devlog videos already in the works, and these shorter ones just allow me to spend a little more time working on those bigger and much more detailed drops. So let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for part 2 of the Banner of Souls devlog series coming next week.
Mushroom Man.